Guys, we're here. We're recording on a Tuesday night. Still feels like Christmas morning. We are coming back to you because it's the first film review of the year, and by God, it's a Seminole win. We talked our faces off about it on the instant reaction. One of my personal favorite moments, a shining example of the professionalism that we employ here at Knowles 24/7, the X's and Knowles Network. Florida State absolutely dog walks the Cajun family, 45-24, and that's enough listening to me. Let's just get right to the film, guys. We said everything we need to say on Sunday night. I want to talk about the film. I want to talk about the first half. I want to talk about the adjustments in the second half, and I want two smarty pantses like you to let me know how we did it.
Well,
first, can you analyze that spear toss?
Not bad. Not bad. He's a little rusty.
The angle of the elbow was a little off.
The throwing motion was
we
not
typically
compact.
would do condensed games for these, but this one was so much fun. We decided to get the whole video. Shout out to, well, I'm not going to shout him out too loud because the man's always watching, but shout out for this with the
he knows
commercials cut out. He does know. He does.
You know who you are. What happened here? It looked like there was a lot of interesting formational motion.
Kev's just going. I'm shouting people out. I'm telling people to change, and Kev's just playing video.
What happened here, Adam?
Well, this is Kev's department. Kev, talk about it.
Yeah, so this is hard to tell. So it seems pretty clear to me that they weren't in straight man coverage, or else you would have had someone kind of capping this bunch look. So it's looking, these guys are kind of close. So this is probably some kind of match quarters look that we're looking at here. What's interesting is, so it's probably some kind of look like you see that these guys are kind of doubling this inside wide receiver. So that's pretty standard for a match quarters look. He's going to follow the outside receiver. Usually that means that, so if this is a bracket, which is what it looks like, so a bracket would truly be these guys on number 2, him on number 1, then you would expect him to get whoever's 3. So that would be...
The tight end causes some confusion here, though. Was FSU overloaded, or was there a missed assignment? Should one of those backs have peeled off to cover the tight end in the flat, or the running back in the flat?
It's really impossible to know, but it seems like he should have been on the running back, and this linebacker should have peeled off with the tight end.
Okay.
Yeah, the run action screws him here, and then he gets lost. He's looking for number 3. I don't think he trusts that the back is. I think he thinks the back's going to stay in a block, and the back releases out. I mean, look, this is play 1 of a
Game
summer's long freaking scheming session, and this is one that they had drawn up. They probably expected quarters coverage out of Florida State. They knew that they could get the backers to step up with the jet motion, and then they just leak the back out on a half roll opposite way. They leak the back out on a wheel route, and it's just one of those ones, like, tip the cap to them. Glad they got it down, and you live to play another down.
Yeah. That's a tricky play.
Seems like the load should be covering that, but that's a lot to ask, and it's just one of those ones, like, they had the pen last on that play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more upset about something like this, where you actually have DJ Lundy make up ground here, do a decent job, should stop this for 3-yard gain.
Yeah, you got to get on the ground. Taylor's a big kid.
I'd like to see Cypress fight through that block better on the outside, too. Lundy makes up for it. A lot of motion on this first series. Is that something, Adam, is that something that they're taking advantage of, something in Florida State's defense, maybe a positional unit? Like,
well, they're I'm sure they're trying to get the looks that they want. So, yeah, I mean, they're probably, I would assume that they're trying to attack the linebackers and get them moving. They're also trying to get an idea of what Florida State's going to do coverage-wise and rotations and whatnot for down the line. This is where stuff gets impressive.
Yeah,
Josh
Farmer right here.
Yep, a player that I wouldn't say we've been negative about. We have just questioned some of the ceiling, and as a run defender, his ceiling is pretty stinking high. So
he looks like he's put on like 15, 20 pounds. Am I crazy? He looks bigger than he was last year.
He's a big boy. He's always been. I mean, since he's been here, or at Florida State, he's gotten drastically bigger. But as a run defender, this is what they needed. They missed this last year. He wasn't quite ready to step into this role. He started in this game. You had a lot of injuries. They missed a guy like that in the middle, just making plays.
I like Peyton, dude. And if you watched him on the last play, he held up really well at the point of attack and then just does a great job there. That was a question mark that we had, him setting the edge with Jayden Daniels at quarterback. And I thought that this is a good series for him just because it's answering some of the questions that we had.
I think LSU was expecting a different look from Florida State, and they didn't get it here, and they're just outnumbered.
Yeah, FSU is pretty loaded in the box. They're trusting Fintrell Cypress. I think we see that is a trend that, they left him on an island against, one of the better wide receivers in the country.
Yeah. And then this dog water freaking penalty.
Yeah.
Pull your head out
all night. All night, man. I hope a lot of these penalties are cut out.
Just remove your head from your ass.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, again, you can see FSU truly trusting this here. Have 10 people in the box.
Yeah. And Dennis Briggs, big shout out to him. I mean, he just absolutely annihilates his play. He gets in under Miles Frazier here and just absolutely submarines him and makes a stop on his own.
Oh God, just burrows in there. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice to see him back to where he was pre-injury from 2 years ago. He had a really good game.
Fabian
across the board, you see man coverage in this goal line situation. Absolutely no respect for the passing game at this point, or at least total trust in their corners.
Yep. Nothing special there, just man coverage.
Yep, good coverage. I'm glad they didn't call that penalty. You see that called where an underthrown ball gets, kind of rewarded with a PI penalty.
They're doing a good job communicating the man coverage stuff out there. You see Greedy and Renardo Green talking. They're obviously expecting some sort of pick route.
A lot of people freak out because the players
point. Really famous for it.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, super aggressive by Greedy there. I love that. Taking away the screen. He does a nice job of chasing that. I know
he does.
The ball doesn't go there, but I think the ball didn't go there because he did such a nice job.
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell if Daniels is looking first at this tunnel screen or this corner route, but either way.
Yeah.
I think he's looking at the screen first, personally, Kev, with the way his head goes back. And then if you see Green, the way he mirrors that route on Malik Neighbors, like that 8-versus-8 matchup was really nice all night. Look at that.
Yeah, that's really great. Pushing him towards the back of the end zone, forcing him to do exactly what he did.
I love his technique.
I don't know if that was a green dog. Looked like a little pressure showed up late, which is nice that he didn't need to go back to it. But
you see, I think you'll see that a lot where they
green dog by DJ. I think that's what happens on the next play too. I think he green dogs it, which is just if the back's going to stand and block, then you're a free rusher.
And I like DJ doing that roll at him because he's got some good closing speed for the former big fella, right?
He looked really good. They're going to call a timeout here. You can fast forward.
Yeah. So he waited a second before triggering.
Yep.
That's good, dude.
And coverage is just tight out there, though. Like, there's nowhere to go with football. So as much as this is DJ Lundy making a play, this is a coverage sack. Like,
all over the field.
People can. There's no really talking about the secondary anymore. I mean, they're playing much better.
Yeah, they really are against a wide receiver core that made people, that punished people last year.
Right. Yep.
I thought the LSU offense overall was a little bit better than I expected. I knew they were going to be good, and I expected them to be good, but their offensive line was better than I thought, particularly pass blocking. Some of their question marks at receiver, although there was a couple of drops, I thought that they performed the LAKEY kid, Thomas, and of course Neighbors. But man, FSU really showed up in the second half for sure, but situationally in the first half really kept the offense in the game while they were having some spurts and sputters of their own. And it's cool to see DJ Lundy play like that, man. What an ascension.
Man, people wanted to complain these past couple of years about FSU playing so much man coverage, but you see that the upshot of it here, when your talent starts getting to a level where you can play man coverage, it's just physically imposing. All right, what's going on
got here? Got a little unbalanced formation, and they send Jaheim Bell out to the right side and run a little tunnel screen to him. It's an interesting look to start the game off with. They really wanted to establish a screen game early. I Well, I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, they had a clear advantage at wide receiver. Why they wanted to? I don't know.
Yeah, and you can see LSU was very aggressive against it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he triggered fast.
Yeah.
Is there any, Kevin, is there any thoughts? We saw this a lot at the LSU game last year. Mike Norvell likes to set up a bunch of stuff, particularly on that first drive, to build off of it later. Did they play off the screen game in the second half when they started having more of those big explosive plays? Is it something to maybe utilize Florida State's depth, getting that defense running horizontally side to side early? Could that be a component of it, or am I looking a little bit too deep?
I think you're looking a little deep in there. I think they were just trying to get some of their athletes in space. I think they really just wanted to get easy completions, kind of settle down Jordan Travis and kind of move the ball. Honestly, I think they thought they could just move the ball without having to worry much about throwing it downfield. I think they literally thought they could just get the ball in the hands of Jaheim Bell and Keon Coleman behind the line of scrimmage and be an effective offense. And they probably will be against most teams.
Got a slant here with a little return route coming from Coleman. It's a nice play.
I wonder if they'll show it, but Johnny Wilson, I thought he was very impressive off the line all night. I thought he made some really crisp moves off the line to get separation. And hopefully the film will show that, but I noticed that on Sunday night.
All right, here's counter. So this is a much discussed topic, so I think it's important we take a look at this here. So LSU was really wanting to spill counter. They were they were taking that kid, and he's going to attack the inside shoulder of the puller, or the guard, whoever the first puller is, and make this thing bounce. Florida State wants this play to run an A gap, B gap, and LSU wanted to make this thing bounce the C gap to all their linebackers and safeties who were going to be filling.
So and you can see they've loaded up the box here.
Why don't you run it back to the beginning here, like at the beginning with just the formation. So you're going to see you got the apex defender there. Pause it there. So you got number 3. He's an apex defender. So he's in the box. You've got whoever that linebacker is, the first linebacker there. Yeah, he's
Spates, I think.
Yeah. So this should be
Perkins.
This should be down blocks by the front side tackle, the front side guard, and then a center blocking back on the 3 tech, which is very difficult and proved to be not ideal in the evening for them. And then they're going to pull. Yeah, they're going to pull the guard, and I think they're running the 3 back here, so they're going to run G3 counter. So let's see how it unfolds here.
All right. So right off the bat.
Yep. So Meach takes Wingo, and Byers should be working up to that. Byers should be working up to that first backer right there.
So we got the pullers where exactly this looks fine.
Looks like that's where his eyes are. And
that's Roddick, isn't it?
And he whiffs. And it doesn't help. He can whiff, or he whiffs because these guys know this thing's going to spill.
No,
so they're overplaying it to the outside.
Yeah. So
now Morlock's eyes should be inside. This play goes if his eyes stay inside. His eyes are on the outside, he's wrong here. His eyes got to stay inside.
Up on Perkins?
Yeah, he should be up on Perkins, and this plays out the gate.
Yeah, because you see that.
Yeah. There would end up being a crease there. Instead, he ends up blocking number 1 with Byers, and they get 2-on-1 with a linebacker, and Perkins is free. But this is happening because LSU's spilling this play, and these guys can overrun it to the edge. They know. Go ahead.
So the alternative would be that Byers actually gets here and he's on the right track and they're okay with spilling it. Because that would block everything up too. So is it Morlock or is it Byers?
No, Byers should be down on the next kid. I mean, technically, based on that kid crossing his face, he should keep going down inside.
Oh, you're saying that you think that they want to really open this hole on the inside. They're not wanting to.
That's where they want counter to run. They do not want counter to bounce. They never want counter to bounce.
Oh, Trayshawn Ward bounced counter all the time.
Huh?
I said Trayshawn Ward bounced counter all the time.
They do not want it to bounce. They want it to be an inside play.
Okay, so you're saying he should have pulled up on here, him block here, and we just leave
three
this guy
and three's unblocked, and he's irrelevant to the play.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think Benson hits it later on in the game at him that kind of really tight up against the line, kind of like what you were saying in that BC area. So, but no, that's well done by LSU. Really good scouting. They knew exactly what to look for, and they did a good job of mucking it up.
Teams know that that's Florida State's play. That's their bread and butter. Alex Atkins has been talking about it. Mike Norvell's talked about it.
And that was really the concern with Morlock, is that, he's kind of green, and he probably wasn't asked to be the main puller on a counter blocking scheme a lot at short.
Pass pro's great here.
Pass pro's great. Robert Scott holds up.
Is this Perkins rushing off the edge? Yep, Perkins rushing off the edge. Rob Scott does a nice job.
Look at Johnny
out there. They communicated their protections really well.
And LSU just plays a lot of zone, and when that pass rush doesn't get to you in zone against a quarterback like Jordan Travis, he'll pick you apart. Wide receivers
center a lot in this game.
The what?
They were under center a lot in this game.
They were, especially early. So why go under center, AB?
I don't know. I don't know what they thought the advantage was for them.
A lot of different looks is what I saw. Just so many different formations, looks, things to prepare for. Empty here, under center there, your bread and butter counter stuff. It was a lot to process.
Run it back if you can.
To the play?
To the beginning, just the beginning. I don't give a crap about the
what a weak PI
bogus OPI. All right, so later in the second half, they moved the back closer. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we've got them at 7 yards.
Okay, so
or I guess
I'm pretty sure in the second half they moved the back closer. It seemed like they wanted to be able to establish some sort of quick hitting run game out of the under center and then build their play action stuff off of it. And it looks like to me here, they're going to play action to set the run later right now. So they're setting up. They're showing counter. They're showing G3 counter again and throwing play action off of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the theoretical obvious advantage is that Trey Benson works best when he moves downhill.
It's a lot of time against that line, man.
Jordan makes a really bad throw. That's a terrible throw by him.
It's a terrible throw. Worst throw we've seen of him in a while.
I mean, the ball's got to be out.
There's going to be some couple worse ones here.
The ball's got to be out front, away from running. Run the receiver to the sideline there. All right. So here's counter again. Let's take a look at it. Let's look at the structure. I think it's important to look at the structure first. So there's no apex defender out there right now. That's safety, and the other apex is out he's out over the slot receiver. So there's no overhang right now, which is important.
You got a
first
true number
25, down in distance.
So now you're getting a true double team. You're getting the tight end. I believe it's Biscuit and Rob Scott. They should be working up to Perkins. You're going to pull Meach. You're going to pull Byers, and Mo Scott's able to get backside on. I believe that kid was a 3.
Yeah,
Wingo.
Oh, here, yeah,
yep.
Which is.
Just enough. Just enough.
Meach is literally instead he has nobody to kick, so his wrap is on Omar Spates, and then I believe that's who number 1 is, and then Byers is up on the safety, filling the void, running the alley here.
Oh, man, that's a lot of distance for Mo Smith to cover, man. That was a tough assignment.
It was.
Yeah, you'll see that consistently. They got him help later in the game, and we'll see that, but. Mo Smith having a block down. He's kind of lucky that he's stunting into him.
Yeah, that helped. Byers looks a little slow on the pull, and Trey looks a little impatient on the run.
Yeah, but if he's much slower, then you're going to see 35 catch up to him on the backside because he loses this block to Scott.
Yeah, Rob's got to stay on his feet there, and I can't be doing that.
You'll take that. You'll take
absolutely.
A 6-7 yard counter.
It's 11 yards, man, on 1st and 25.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
So they go empty. We saw them run a ton of empty last year against LSU. They like this. It gives Jordan clear reads and gets them matchups of what receivers they want on specific DBs or linebackers or safeties.
Yeah, and you're actually you're getting man coverage here. And I don't know about you guys, but in this situation, it felt like Jordan Travis was thinking, I gotta throw this ball.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't take off there.
He was doing it. He was doing it the entire first half. I felt like, and I don't know if that was part of the game plan, like I said, maybe awareness of Harold Perkins. But instead, he'd be more than happy to take the 20-yard pass than the 8 to 12-yard run. You know what I mean? It was interesting.
He threw a dime in there. Just
Destin will catch more of those. Destin Hill will catch more.
Yeah, he's going to get his chances. All right, Byers is a little.
Yeah, he's a little slow-footed off the line.
He looked a little late too. A little late.
He does. You can see, this is what we're talking about. I mean, you can see
just ground with his kick step either.
You can see his size. He's a huge kid.
Yeah.
But there's still some raw edges. Yeah, that kick step was a little soft.
What are they running there?
Who?
The Florida State. What are they? What? It's hard to tell the concept.
It looks just kind of like a clear out concept. It kind of
his eyes are on Bell early, holding getting the safeties to go. And they've got him, but the backside, or the left safety undercuts it late.
He's probably seeing some sort of cover 2 and thinking he can hit this kind of middle seam.
If it is cover 2, he can throw the ball down the seam, but
which would have, I mean, in theory, it looks like it's probably some kind of Tampa 2. You see this middle linebacker peeling off here, which that's a matchup you'll take, but
his awareness all night in the pocket was preternatural, man. Just like being able, nobody feels pressure better than him. It seems like, I mean, we'll see, especially on that zone read play too, where he's like reading one and feeling the other, but this is good stuff, man. He moves around in the pocket.
Definitely not cover 2.
Yeah, it's cover 6. I mean, you got
3rd and 14.
They're playing some quarters on the right side and a half on the left there.
But I think if he has time, this is a throw he's trying to make.
I think so, but the problem is, and you'll see it. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think he's got him there.
Yeah,
he had to get out of there.
Yeah.
I think you're right. When I watched it earlier, I was like, oh, that safety's kind of got it, but Bell can run.
Yeah.
Either way, great job creating space and getting out of there and getting the ball to Johnny, and Johnny getting it first. And then they're going to run double slants up top and house call for Keon Coleman.
That's just game. Just this is the difference, man. I mean, we'll talk about it some more, but everything is advertised, right, boys? Just athletic freak.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Just smooth, man, for his size. Just right there, here and there, and just come on.
Have the balance. He's able to turn his hips, drop his hips, get it in the route, stays at top speed the whole time.
Attacks the ball with an Apple Watch on. Just
does he have an Apple Watch on?
I think, dude. I saw a bunch of pictures with it. He's just the best, man.
Ingram working on the Apple NIL deal, huh?
I think so. Come on, dude.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Good stuff.
1st and 10. Yeah, FSU keeping too high here.
Fisk held. The holds they're gonna piss me off the entire time. But great effort by 55. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. So
great
stupid.
effort. He gets back into play though. Again, nowhere to go with the football.
Yeah, people gave me crap for describing him as a high motor kid. But what else do you call that?
He's athletic as hell too, man. That's a nice move. Like,
yeah, he's fast. Fighting. That first few steps, man.
Come on, Bethune, get him down. Pat Payton cleaning it up.
Good swarming defense there.
Thought Payton played really well.
Yeah, he really did. He graded out really well as a.
Ooh, what was that blitz? The hell? Come on, man. You got to go.
It was an overload. I mean, they thought
should Verse have gone inside or no?
I'm talking about Jerry and down at the bottom here. Like, come on, brother.
Yeah, that's weird. Little.
Where are you coming from? Coming from the sideline? Gotta be ready.
He was a little lost. He was in communication.
Yeah, it happens.
And you actually have Patrick Payton here as the spy. I think they did that.
Communicating the blitz that he's going, which is good. That's a good job by him to communicate that. The front side pressure got home though. I mean,
it did. That little overload blitz. You saw that a lot. They did a lot of overloads.
Super aggressive. They brought a lot of different looks that we haven't seen out of them. And I think that's one of those things we kind of said, like, hey, let's start getting some diversity into your scheme. And thought we saw it.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, here they shift into an odd front essentially.
Yep.
With like a true nose tackle here.
I do think he's shaded, but not by a ton.
Yeah.
And again, Dennis Briggs
First.
absolutely eating the front side up. That's how you play counter there. That's how you take on a double team.
Yep.
Versus right there too. This D line, that's pretty good stuff right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, that's encouraging.
I mean, Farmer Fisk.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the right side of LSU's offensive line sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was this the freshman they played, or did they stick with the guy?
Both the kids are sophomores, aren't? Or did they put Hurd in?
I don't know if they played Zalance Hurd or Zalance Hurd. I'm not sure how to say his first name, so I don't want to butcher it. And apologies for if I said it wrong. But
their left tackles.
Emory Jones is at right tackle. That's a kid Florida State was on pretty heavy. He just doesn't look like he's quite ready there physically.
Well, he's a true sophomore like Campbell. He's just not the type of prospect that Campbell's stout, man.
And then Miles Frazier's the right guard, and he was a player that they had kind of kicked the tires on coming out of
FIU.
Yeah, thank you. And ultimately didn't go on.
He was also the one that told Josh Farmer in the second half, like, man, you guys got a pretty good front. And it's like, okay.
I don't know about all that. There's a massive hold on Fabian Lovett. Come on, man. You can't be back there. You can't do that.
Disgusting,
you can't freaking do
dude.
that. What are we doing? But again, nobody's got eyes on Daniels, and he does a nice job of getting out of there. But I think Fabian's got him if he's not getting tackled.
I mean, that's what FSU wants to do. They're going to keep that box as light as possible, especially on passing situations, and hope their defensive line can kind of just get a hand on them.
Gilbert Edmond playing the spy and working the crosser here, doing a decent job, and
Daniels had a lot of time back there.
Jayden's got to go to his like fifth read, and I mean that's a tough ask, and he makes a bad throw.
Oh, look at that. Gilbert kind of pop back out. That's interesting.
Yeah, they did a lot with trying to spy with defensive ends and try to kind of layer that pressure.
Yeah, they gave a lot of different looks, which again, I mean, you've got to do that in modern college football.
Good job by Daniels.
These quarterbacks.
Yeah, good job by Daniels getting the ball out there quick. The pocket was starting to collapse there, and then you got to make the tackle, big guy.
It's a good ball.
He recently had his hand wrapped. I saw in one practice picture, so I don't know how much that affected him.
Oh, and he made up for it. I thought he settled in as well.
Yeah,
another thing
absolutely.
too, that's a missed tackle, but the guy was in position, much different than the secondary last year with a lot of open holes. I mean, you got to make the play, and I think he'll make that play most of the time.
I agree.
Lacey's an athletic kid, though. That's another one of the, and that's pretty.
How do you keep that heel?
Come on, dude. Yeah, that's a good athlete.
He's proven he's a reliable football player for you.
Absolutely.
Give you a lot of reps in the slot, a lot of good reps too.
Yeah, I don't know how many times, like Lacey's their number 2 or 3 guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times you can be seeing a number 2 guy that looks like Lacey.
No.
That's going to be on Jerry and Jones, you know?
And you got to keep, this is at the end of the year, Kevin. I mean, from what you saw, like top 10, top 15 offense from LSU potentially.
Yeah, I think F plus had him as like a top 10, number 10 offense or something.
J-Bone.
We haven't seen this before. We haven't seen much of this anyway. I don't recall seeing it. So they get the corner blitz, and he's reading counter, which probably should have been a illegal man downfield penalty here.
He was looking for it. You see him like immediately post snap.
Yep.
His eyes go to that corner.
Johnny's got to catch this, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, that could be big.
Rob's 4 yards downfield. They're lucky they didn't get a penalty on that one.
He's still in the game at this point. I want to take a look at it. I
I'm
want to take a look when they go to Bless.
Haven't seen that they've made any offensive line changes.
Nope,
yet.
Still the same 5.
Yep. All right, so there's just a little dump off. This look designed. It's not a screen. Well, I don't know.
I think it is.
Is it a screen? Yeah, because they're releasing. Yep, you're right. Yep, good call.
And it's
all right. So we get unbalanced. I hated this call. Thought it was horrible.
The play call. Why is that?
Yeah. I just didn't like it. I mean, you get the unbalance into the boundary here, which sometimes that works in your favor, but they were kind of overloading to that anyway. It seemed like anyway. Mike Norvell knows a hell of a lot more about play calling than I do.
This almost looks like a pre-planned pull. I don't know what he could possibly be reading here that gives him a pull read. I mean, this guy's. You've got all sorts of eyes on Jordan Travis here.
Yeah, your running game wasn't there at this point. I didn't.
Well, if you're not going to go for it on fourth down, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is if you weren't going to go for it on fourth, why are you running it on third? Like spread them out like you've been doing and take their lunch money.
Yeah, that's a good point because the wide receivers, the only time that you've been stopped so far in this game is drops. They've had consistent separation.
Right.
I think that's
the free release here. Wish you weren't giving up the inside so easily.
Clearly didn't free release because it was pass interference.
Well, he does. He grabs him at the top of the route.
Yeah,
here.
He didn't.
Who are you speaking of specifically?
Renardo Green, sorry.
Okay.
You see it here. He's mirroring. So he's not jamming. He's just kind of mirroring footwork.
Well, the last, on the PI.
A jam right there would kind of. But yes, he did the same technique. He just got beat inside and pulled.
And then, I mean,
you need Greedy to be able to.
You've got an underhook thrown here, like. You can't do that. It's not. And then the jacket. All right, I'm gonna try. No, I am gonna cuss. The jackass.
Let's talk about the football.
The freaking Yahoo I am talking about the football. This is a football play. The Yahoo in the booth is going to say it's irrelevant to the play. How's that irrelevant? He's supposed to be there. He can't get there because he's got an underhook in. It's very relevant to the play.
Yeah, that's rough on the end. And then what was this? One of the million late hit calls or something?
That's the late hit.
All right, what's going on here? It looks like they're in some sort of cover 4 situation. It's hard to tell if it seems like it's his goal to try to turn this back inside. And I don't think he gets there.
Man, that is crap holding, dude, on 11. I'm with you, Adam. They had hands across the back. It's one thing, dude, in this day and age, they'll let the hands go on the outside. But, man, LSU had hands around the back. It affects the play.
I thought you were going to – when I said that, I thought you were talking about the penalty after.
No, I don't.
The
I feel like
after was legit.
They played a little bit outside of themselves on defense, and I don't know if it was to establish a tone. I wish they would have played a little bit smarter, but God, they look physical. Like
this is such a hard route. Watch this. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so they're banjoing here. So he went inside, so the linebacker takes him, and you've got Greedy Vance taking LAKEY, and they're running freaking mesh. This is the hardest route to defend. And man coverage in football, right? Because not only do you have these guys running all the way across the line of scrimmage away from you, but they're also giving pseudo rub routes.
It's a lot of traffic. It's a lot of traffic to try to dodge as Greedy Vance, but
Vance goes.
They don't even come close to getting the mesh. But I think a lot of that's because is it Tatum? Yeah, Tatum does a nice job of rerouting.
And Vance plays it off really well, I think. Gives him just enough space. He can really trust himself to close, and that is a solid tackle.
Why did he throw the route that's running out in front of Tatum?
Because I don't think he knows how to read this.
I mean, come on.
With you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the number one, though. The route that goes over the top of mesh. Isn't that the number one?
That depends on who you talk to, but yeah, I would think so.
You think that's just a misread, though, Kev?
Yeah, probably. He probably just zeroed in thinking that he's going to throw it to LAKEY, and so that's what he did.
If that ball goes to the kid Tatum's chasing, it's still going probably.
Oh, there's Edmund trying to get around the edge.
Some more bad
tackling. Similar idea here where Tatum had to kind of pick up a guy going across the line of scrimmage. A step slow.
And they stonewalled the interior of the defensive line pretty good there. Once again, LSU's a fine pass blocking unit.
Yeah.
The twos are in there, though. I see Byron Turner and
yep.
I can't tell they rotate.
Tatum Bethune against Brian Thomas is a mismatch.
Yeah, man, I'd say so.
Another penalty.
Another crappy penalty.
All right. Rolling a safety down the box, really trusting your corners out wide. LSU's going to try to take advantage. Nothing open.
And this is where he said, don't hit him too hard. This was weak, dude. Listen, F-15 fighter pilot guy, I don't understand this. Talking to, get your hands off my player. Don't ever tell one of my linebackers to never not bury somebody in the dirt when he has the audacity to jump in the middle of the line.
What the heck was that line of thinking?
Oh, dude, it pissed me off, man. Like, because that was solid play. And Florida State was physical all night, dude. sometimes to the detriment. But I tell you what, dude, a lot of that's old school FSU. We used to get a lot of 15-yard penalties back in the day for unnecessary roughness.
How do you throw against that?
A lot more loops up front. Like they ran a ton of stunts up front for these guys, which we kind of expected and kind of knew was going to be coming. But they're moving these dudes around quite a bit more than they ever have. Like Fuller has opened up the playbook.
Yeah, and sometimes that backfires on you, right? So you got Deloach kind of vacating this gap, and there's no one here to take the counter.
Yep. Luckily, Mason Taylor gets knocked off his route, and the left tackle does a the Miles Frazier does a god awful job trying to pull and kick. Like you pull left, you hit left, and I don't know what he's doing.
That should have hit for a lot longer.
Probably should have been a touchdown. If we're being,
it was a good call. Yeah, they expected a pass. Yeah.
And then I mean, Josh Farmer blows this play up. And then, I mean, I don't.
Oh, and then look at Jaheim on the edge, man, being elusive, killing it. Really tough play to make. Look at all those LSU guys, and look what he does.
Yeah, that's a really good play, keeping his balance, staying with a really elusive quarterback.
It's a really nice job covering the flat route coming across here.
Taylor
so many times
across.
you see that ball. So many times you see that guy leak out and nobody's there.
Yep.
But they're all over.
Is this Tatum?
Yep. No. I think it might be Green.
No.
Of course, he can't. If he throws that ball, it's illegal downfield.
I think that's 15.
They may call it. They may not call it. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's Tatum.
They're right tackles 7 yards downfield here.
Good job by Bethune there, Kev. Like you said.
Is it Bethune? Good call.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough matchup on Taylor, but then just Jaheim closes. They just played so much faster.
Yeah. But it all starts because Josh Farmer absolutely annihilates number 70 for them.
Absolutely correct. So we get annihilated here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like we said earlier, if Wingo went on a stunt inside, he's got Smith has to reach back to this 3 technique, but his get off is insane. And
that's the hardest blocking football. I mean, it's not.
You can see they have Byers trying to chip him to help out, but he's also slow.
Yeah, he's way too slow.
Oh man, that kid got off fast. Yeah, that's
Byers. It looks like Byers is supposed to be pulling actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is even worse because
the kid's already there before he splits the pull, right?
That's a god awful pull.
Yeah, you can see there's definitely some rough edges with Byers, but he has incredible potential.
I wonder if he gets too.
All right, so Bless is in now. Was he in on the last play? I'm sorry, I didn't look down there.
It looks like it. Yeah.
No, is it him? Yeah,
that looks like him. Yeah, 58.
Okay, so
all right, so a little pitch.
Nice job.
You got Bless lead blocking.
Jaheim does. Jaheim had a good night blocking. Keep falling, stay on his ass. What are you doing, Trey?
Yeah.
He's already committed to going out. Come on, man.
Yeah, you got to look, man. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Got to bounce that probably, right?
Bless is a big boy. All you got to do is
stay a little more patient. He was in a hurry on Sunday.
Yeah,
the entire offense pressed in the first half, right, guys? There was a couple. It looked uncharacteristic, and that was ultimately the only reason why they got stopped was because of themselves. Plenty of time.
Nice little job there. Gets the ball to LT on an angle route.
Mr. Reliable himself, Adam Brown. Mr. Toafili.
It's one game.
You can see Perkins kind of gets lost in translation.
Yeah.
Not really his fault. He gets split here.
No. Held him. And LT still gets open. All right. So got the unbalance again. We've seen that quite a bit. Counter Trey. Yeah, he does a nice job. LT did a good job of this early, where Trey was struggling, just kind of squeaking through these little seams. Let's watch Bless pull. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, that was a really good pull.
He's not deep enough though. Atkins will get on his ass about not being deep enough. He's supposed to be like a yard deep on the front hip.
He's too tight to Roddick's ass, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you need Byers to hold that block, man.
Yeah, Byers didn't play great. But
Byers.
This is his first game of Florida State. This is a new speed. I got complete faith.
He also gets pushed off by.
Yeah, because Bless is too shallow. Bless has got to be deeper here. That's what I'm talking about. He's got to be deeper. Yeah, if he's deeper, he gets through that hole. And I don't think the play is going to go a lot farther than what it did, just because of they've got bodies there. But
that's a good gain on first down, though. You take 4 yards.
It's amazing how much they trusted Morlock to be a true blocking tight end.
Well, they're rewarding him for all those chop steps. Look at those chop steps.
He played a ton in this game. I don't think anybody had that on their card.
This is the second inside zone. This is not what I was expecting.
I wonder if they were thinking they needed to set up some stuff with Jordan to try and get the run game going.
Yeah, they just couldn't get any push on inside zone, and you can't really blame them. Not much to see there.
We hadn't seen a lot of that out of him. He's dropped the ball, but we hadn't seen a lot of that. Those bunches of drops.
I don't even want to.
Yeah, not since the NC State
I don't even
game.
want to look at this next play, dude. You get him to fumble the punt again.
Well, Jordan double clutches the screen. Like, what do you? Well, man, throw the ball away.
I think he gets immediate pressure. Oh no. Yeah, if you're not going to throw it once, don't throw it the second time.
Throw it. Throw it the first time. That's a rookie mistake by a veteran quarterback. He'll learn from it. He won't do that again this year.
He did in the game. Well, no, he made one other weirdo pass that didn't get intercepted, but should have. Oh. And then, that's when the TV screen had a seizure. I remember that.
Yeah.
But
Zaria played well.
That's good from Azaria. That's a really hard route to cover. He got his hands in there.
It looks like a hitch, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they only run hitch. That's like the only route they know how to freaking run.
He's athletic. It's infuriating. Man. Thomas is really athletic. There's another play that I think the game's going to capture where it looks like his guy's open and he closes back on the ball real quick. That's a great guy to have in your backfield.
All right, is that Gilbert up there? Pretty sure it is. He played. Man, they played the backups a lot more than I realized.
Yeah, they trusted him a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's good. I mean, they need to get them reps. Or your year's going to go on here.
This might just be Tatum Bethune is just not as fast as Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, he's sticking his nose on the run, which he needs to do, and Daniels is just going to keep it around the edge.
But Daniels might be the fastest quarterback in college football.
Yeah. All right, little return action here. Playing some sort of zone.
Get your hands up, boys. Nice.
Is that Farmer? Nope, that's Pat Pagan. Man, he is so football smart, man.
He had a better game than I thought. He had a pretty good game, but I'm liking his first half so far.
All right, a lot of people were frustrated. Oh, we're not catching the punts already. That punt was very short. It was kind of cool. Later in the game, you could hear, like, it might have been even the next punt. You could hear Yak coaching up Keon from the sideline on the punt, like where it was located. Calling out Peter. It was. I just thought it was kind of neat.
You see Meach getting kind of blown up here by Wingo.
Everybody getting blown up by Wingo.
Oof.
They've actually got to play there if he can get a block on him. But I mean, that's why Wingo's a really special football player.
Yeah. Why he's a preseason All-American, something like that.
Yeah.
If he's not, he should be because he's friggin' good.
Yeah. I mean, there he destroys Bless.
He's the kind of guy that you say, well, we don't quite have those kind of cats at Florida State, but I mean, the whole is better than the sum of its parts, right?
Yeah. They're coming. All right, more empty. All right, so this is where Jordan is doing so much. We kind of talked about it in our group text. Like, Jordan was doing so much maestroing at the line of scrimmage, like pointing guys and doing all kinds of stuff. And it's just
overthinking it to an extent a little bit, like really using a lot of the play clock. Yeah, I thought so. And then this isn't a play that situation, down, distance, like that's just trying to do hero ball. And I'm glad that he got that out of his system because that could have been. I mean, that would
Byers obviously whiffed up the top there. He's not playing great right now. Oh, this play. Everybody was mad at this one too. This was one I think they were misaligned, and the stunt doesn't get.
No, they have him stunting back inside.
Okay.
It's just he's slow getting there, and then he ends up over pursuing.
Well,
and they pin back on him.
Again, Jayden Daniels is really good in the middle of. He's really good running the football.
I think potentially Briggs is too far outside here. Or who is that? Ray?
Well, Ray's 99.
Yeah, I'm not sure it matters. Ultimately, it's Jayden Daniels against Pat Payton in the middle of the field with a blocker on him.
Good call. Good call by their offense.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, they caught you there.
Yeah, here we go.
Ugh, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's just football sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice, tough tackle on the outside. Renardo Green in the tight end.
I think Green's a little slow to peel off his guy here.
Yep.
So
yep. Falls inside. He's got to be looking at number 2.
Yep. So this is on him.
Last year he follows him all the way in, and that's a walk-in touchdown for the tight end. Though, remember those plays last year?
There were a few of them.
AZ in particular was very slow to come off on Banjo last year.
Running numbers here, just straight quarterback sweep. So they've got numbers automatically.
Yeah. I mean, you can see, FSU again, the reason that they were so good in the red zone is they could trust their cornerbacks on islands. And LSU didn't take advantage of that.
It's a great job here.
Got to earn every yard.
Dominating through the line of scrimmage. Yep, Briggs is in there.
Briggs shoots down low.
And then you get, I think, is that Omar Graham? I think it might be Omar Graham.
That's Omar Graham shooting the gap.
Yeah.
People sleep on Omar Graham, but he knows what he's doing. Aggressive.
Interesting that he's in there. I mean, they're trusting him to be in there down on the goal line.
Squirts through. Can't stop them all.
No.
Man, they had to earn every yard, though, dude.
All right, so they were doing a lot of these motions.
Oh, killing. It ate up the wide receiver screens in the first half.
And everybody's 3 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're shooting it immediately, like what we were talking about earlier. They are taking away this. They were begging you to throw it over the top, and when FSU did, they were successful.
Well, let's run it back. Run it back because it's structured off of the run play. So why aren't they running the football? I mean, you don't have a numbers advantage out there. It's because the end's crashing. So the end's crashing. Yep. So they're forcing you. LSU is playing it to make you throw the ball out there.
Yeah, I mean, you do kind of have numbers out here because this guy. You think if I get it here, then that's
Hold on. I say that I'm wrong because they're running a clear tunnel screen there. There's no read on this play.
Yeah, I don't think there's a read here because
there's no read on this play.
Gonna have to motor through this a little bit.
They're just trying to. I guess they're just trying to use LSU's aggressiveness against them. There, they thought it was a good matchup for them.
There you go. Now he takes off, and that's 15. That's bullshit. Like compared to the rest of the game, that's stupid.
Hit a slot fade. It didn't open up deep. They're kind of playing their safeties off. They're expecting slot fade. He pulls it.
Staple of the Mike Norvell offense.
Yeah, we'll see it come back later.
Johnny on a bang 8.
Right, but because they're playing these kind of safeties back, it means that you can get underneath them on little dig routes like that. Yeah.
Yep. They got a wheel. They were running a little wheel route, so a little dig wheel concept up there with Keon and Johnny pops open. Get a nice little play.
We still have Meach out there, so
yeah, Meach didn't change until
that's just a drop ball.
Meach didn't change until the second half. Yeah,
that's a good throw on the run.
He's just taking what he can get there. They've got it covered up downfield.
That's good. Positive play. I'll take it.
All right, we got 3rd and 12.
Perkins in coverage again. What in the world? He's got a little delay here.
Perkins, yeah.
So he hits or chips and then ends up coming late.
I think he's still kind of spying because he doesn't full on come on.
So that was Winston, right? What's he running there? What do we got? That's obviously a big play.
Kind of hard to see. He's at the slot. I think it's just kind of a curl. I think he finds space in his zone and curls.
It's a nice throw by Jordan.
It is. You can see that. I mean, they're really good against zone, hitting those little curl routes, kind of getting into those little spaces and making completions easy. And he hits them.
He makes it tough, man, because they had Perkins as the spy on him all night, but Jordan can just sit in the pocket and pick you apart.
Oh gosh, yeah. You see here, this is what we're talking about. They're kind of doing a little pull.
Yeah, they're trying to show some action,
and he's got to reach back on Wingo, and he just can't do it.
No, dude, that kid's too fast, and I mean he held the ball up there.
Either way, works out okay. Kyle Morlock, good for him.
Yeah, he played way more than I was expecting. So,
look natural out there too.
Developed almost.
But it's a transfer. That can't be.
Freaking, I mean,
I know, dude. You can go on for days.
Yeah,
it's a little outside zone.
Yeah, a little outside zone, a little split zone actually.
Yeah, split zone.
We're running back one time.
What happens? Yeah, let's slow mo this guy.
I'm wondering if the cutback's there, but it doesn't look like it is.
All right, they're double teaming.
He should be looking to get in underneath of Mo here. Yep, should be looking to hit right there.
Yeah, but I mean, they do a really good job closing that up.
Yeah, yes, they did. Who falls off? Is that Roddick? Damn, come on, Roddick.
We gotta get to the second half, boys.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, I know. We're on almost an hour here. We're not even.
I think if he got LT, he might try to break that back down here, and you could get something out of it. But.
Vision with Benson, man, he's a momentum runner. I think we've talked about cuts and vision. That's something that he's still improving his game as is only really his second year being used heavily after that injury. And then this is beautiful.
Slot fade, Keon 1-on-1 with a safety touchdown.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to run slot fade with a corner with a safety at 10 yards and catch coverage. I mean, this would never work. I can't believe such an inept coach would call this.
Is this a callback or something?
Yeah, this is the play we lost against NC State where he thought people called Mike Norvell.
Sometimes it's Jimmy's and Joe's, my man. Sometimes, oh God, I was like, no, please.
He's running like he just got finished eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, like that guy on that plane to Barcelona. You guys understand the reference. It's very tough.
I get it. It's a freaking wild story.
14-14.
All right, you're in man coverage.
They get more than they should.
Yeah. But it's neighbors. I mean, whatever. That's one that should be caught. But there's nothing really crazy going on here. Let's go to the run. Let's go to the run that they hit that sets up the field goal, really. That's great. A great pressure and sack by Jared Verse. Because I thought that they took some stuff from Oklahoma clearly and decided.
LSU did about what to attack.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a lot of space.
We missed it already. You went past it.
I missed it.
It's not the end of the world, Kev.
Yeah, but it is. All right, we got the sack. We saw this. I think it was literally the next play.
So it's on third down. Yep. He's going to move him. So Florida State likes to get into this structure with this kind of like wide nine technique down here.
It just means that you have a gap open here, this B gap. Safety's got to fill it.
Then the end, the end's really wide. It's as we're not playing the run here. We're going to get the quarterback, your linebackers, and your safeties they puts a lot of pressure on them to make plays against the run. And Renardo, he just sticks his nose inside here. Like he can't be in there. Like Lacey's inside. He's got to be filling.
You have to trust. You have to trust that he goes inside and Jaheim's going to pick him up, and you're here.
Yeah, number one's going in. Two's coming out from somewhere, and two just happened to be the running back with the football.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen Green make kind of a mistake, just not watching, kind of putting too much on his own shoulders.
But that's a play. If you recall, Oklahoma killed them with last year in the bowl game.
Yep.
They hit it 2 or 3 times for big chunks on third down situations like that. So
good scouting by Kelly. They got a good offensive coaching staff.
Yeah, they do.
I have no doubts in this LSU team.
Go Fentrell a few times here. They try him.
Right there.
He got up well. I mean,
he's a professional.
I felt like people were critical of him in the game. It seemed like
he had a tough assignment, dude, and they were not afraid to go after him.
But we haven't
pointed it out.
We haven't seen a lot here where it's like, oh, he did this wrong, or oh, he gave up a completion here. Like,
no, not at all. I don't think so at all. Especially when you ask all the things that were on his shoulders of the guy that he had to cover and what he had to do, having zero help. I mean,
right.
All right, let's get after it. Second half.
Okay.
I want to see the adjustment. Keandre Jones is in. So it's the first time we've seen that big 75 who just wants to hit people. That makes me happy. Moving pretty good. Oh, it's a big man.
Coverage is there. Jordan
this is all JT.
It's a good job, though. I mean, pass pro held up a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, look at Perkins. He can't do anything.
Nope.
Yeah, Roddick moving good, too. He had a nice, solid game.
You get the PI.
All right, counter.
All right,
2-back set.
Let's look at it again here. What's different? All right, so the structure's the same.
Oh, look at the left guard. Look at the left guard staying back and kind of helping out with Mo, right?
They catch him in a stunt.
Or the left tackle.
So they're stunning. They're stunning the edge guy inside up top.
Yep.
The top and the bottom, whatever. The apex players come to fill like we saw earlier. Your backer, he's going to fit as if this is being spilled. Well, let's watch it. Let's watch it play out here. So now they've got. All right, so now they can put Jaheim Bell on the apex as opposed to him being as a wide receiver, like way down at the bottom of the screen. Now he can block. Now they've got a guy to block him, which was an issue before. Remember, Kev, we talked about was Morlock supposed to be out on him, or where was his eye supposed to be at? So I think they simplified this for Morlock more than anything.
Yeah,
they said, look, you don't need to have eyes outside. We've got him accounted for. Your eyes need to stay inside when you come wrapping around. He's in good position here. So Roddick's going to be, because of the stunt, Roddick's going to be inside. Morlock ends up taking the next thing fitting off of him, which is a good job here.
Yeah, so essentially you just added an extra lead blocker with that second running back.
I think more than anything, you simplified the job for Morlock. You took the questions away for him.
Was Bless staying back on Wingo before, how he's kind of like walling him off? You see how they
he hinged on it, but Wingo also worked to him.
Okay. And this
but
is just
it seems like
right there.
It seems like they made a major point of emphasis there. We'll see if it continues to.
Yeah. So now you don't have the stunt. So the last time you kind of were able to pick up this defensive end because of a stunt. Now you don't.
He's spilling again.
So he's going to spill. So
let's see what Keandre does. Keandre's going to wrap. Morlock's going to kick. Ball's going to be up inside.
Yep, that's what they want.
Roddick misses, it looks like Roddick misses a block here.
Yeah, he kind of loses it.
He falls off of it. Yeah.
So he's got to catch. He's here. He's
too
good.
Big and powerful. He's got to win that.
Yeah, he got up under his shoulder pads and kind of
90 out leverages him here, but you see how the structure changed really quickly for them. They simplified the hell out of the blocking rules for them. Just putting Jaheim Bell in the backfield like that.
He looked pretty good in the blocking game. He's very physical. That helps, man. That really helps.
We talked about it after the spring game. We were worried that what that was going to look like, and hold down.
Yeah, front guard pulling.
Be still my heart.
This is what you're all about, huh, buddy?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I wonder what
pull left, hit left. What the hell are you doing?
We'll get it. You can get after him. That's a good gain on first.
It's another one. Trey should have bounced that. I mean, he's running his track like he's right, but man,
that's a touchdown.
Little jump cut out the gate.
Yeah, that's the complaint about Trey. He's an elite run tackle breaker, but his vision could certainly improve.
He's a train, dude. He's a train. He's got a track, and if you're on the rails, you're in trouble. But I'm with you right now. It's the vision is something we got to work on. 3rd and 1.
So they motion across.
Oh, this was fun. I thought Deuce had a hell of an arm here, actually. This is elusive.
It's a great throw.
It's a good throw on the run, dude. Anytime we do a trick play against LSU, it has to, it's just sometimes these trick plays.
Good, Kev. Break that one down. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He actually does a really good job covering it. They're
trying to throw. Yeah, they're trying to throw Jaheim Bell.
Yeah, they had it scouted, and then just Deuce is loose. Whoop!
QB2.
I mean, that's your old Perkins right there too.
The Deucer.
That's Harold Perkins. This is
the best athleticism, man.
Take a seat, Harold.
But this is also Johnny Wilson.
Harold.
Yeah, you're right, Kev.
Johnny Wilson able to just box out and get a big body.
Two big hands, but man, he plucks some balls out of the air, man.
Right, well, pause it. What are the depths? Are they tighter? No, they're not tighter. Still 7.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Looks like down again.
Yep. Oh, Mike.
I mean, just not holding on to the blocks by Bell.
Yep.
It's tough sledding.
You have 2 tight ends that are really receiving tight ends that you're asking to block one of the best front sevens in the country.
Well, particularly one of the best run defending defensive lines they're going to see. And then this.
All right, so they try to run. It's all right. So this is one Trey misses. Trey misses the hole here. Yeah, they're just going to pull and kick. It's almost like a trap play.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Oh yeah, right there.
He's got to be right there.
Right there.
And this play is I think it's gone.
He's not looking. He's not even looking inside, right? His head's outside the entire time.
I don't know why he's looking out. What's he looking outside for, though?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's there. That's how that's
big
blocked.
man's ass, and you follow that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you see a pulling lineman, the running back's target is usually between the pulling lineman and the down blocks. So down blocks here, pulling lineman here, gap should be here. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Bless and Roddick do their job. It's just, you got to go inside.
All right, we got empty, kind of simplifies reads for the quarterback, especially when you can trust your offensive line. You can see they're kind of trying to.
There was I think there was no, that was a negative play. It wasn't a pre-snap. I was wondering.
People keep complaining. They're like, oh, LSU never used Perkins to pass rush. Well, here he is pass rushing against Bless Harris. And
PFF had him I don't know. PFF put out their numbers of when he was in coverage and when he was rushing.
It's much more coverage,
would you continue rushing this? Is this a fruitful endeavor here?
Yes, no. With his talent, yes. And you don't just put him on Bless Harris. You move him around and you wreck him a little bit. I'd say that if LSU fans have some questioning of his usage, I think it might have been a little overblown, but I think that that's legitimate. But no,
can we,
Bless
for the first time in my life, can we go back and show the kickoff? Because they destroyed them on kickoff.
Yeah,
they never made it to the 20. I don't understand why they kept bringing the ball out.
They pushed it once to the 18, and he ran it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about special teams, Adam? You're feeling real good.
It's a big win.
All right, let's see here.
Right,
that's so tough.
Yeah, it's just a special athlete. I mean, at some point, a great athlete makes a great play. First looks like maybe Jared gets stuck inside here. Yeah.
It's either Jared or Lundy that gets stuck inside unnecessarily, and it's hard to know if it's him or him. But you've got him on the tight end
running, yep.
So one of the two of them probably has to scrape over. It's hard to know.
Yeah. Yeah, without the call sheet, that's a difficult one.
All right. Yep, hard route to cover and man coverage all day.
Yep.
Especially when you don't want to give up the deep ball.
Right. That's okay. You'll live with that play. I know people get frustrated with 2nd and 1, you gave up a 6-yard gain to the tight end. But that's a ball you're willing to give up. Like if they're going to come over there again, another weak ass penalty.
Yeah, all night.
Like you're going to allow this. If they draw this up, like, okay, fine. You can have this first down.
I do think
we're not going to give up. We're not going to give up the home run. At some point they called a play. You called a play. Their play ended up being the right one. You were in a, like they dropped verse there.
That's a lot of eye candy and a lot of stuff they had to do just to pick up 1 yard against this defense, man. FSU did a pretty good job killing their run game.
Because this ball's going to squirt here if he doesn't get his mitts on.
But this is what FSU's hoping to do, to dominate up front with only 4 or 5.
Yep.
Keep 2 safeties back. And everybody's like, light box is stupid because people can run on you. Well, this is what you're hoping to do.
They didn't run on him. Sunday, man. Like
you have one guy just catch and play two gaps and just close it down.
It's a good run stunt because Pat Payton comes around there. It gets Frazier to pop off of it, and Farmer's able to make the play. Like
he's violent, dude. Farmer really throws his shoulder into people. Speaking
there you go,
of
JJ. There you go. All right.
Look at that attacking the screen, running by Mason Taylor. Get out of town.
So that negative earlier, that's a hell of a positive to make up for, man. Like, great job.
No.
What he is.
Just one negative play can kill drives.
He's become a uber dependable football player.
Man, who would have thought of that a couple years ago? Dependability in Jerry and Jones, but dude, he's earned every bit of it.
I mean, look at that coverage.
It's a drop. It's Ventrell.
You need your pass rush to get there sooner. But I mean, look at 66. He is hugging.
It's a whip route. He pushes off and
hold again, dude. So stupid. I hate these refs, bro. It gets me mad again. I don't care that we won by 1,000,000 points.
I mean, that's not even close. Look, he wraps him right there. I don't know.
It's garbage. You're right, Kev. I mean, it's one of the less egregious ones of the night, but whatever.
Peyton gets charged to the game. In his face. That's good.
Who's being held? Sorry, I'm watching.
Verse is being held.
Yeah, it's a whip route. If you don't get pass rush, eventually someone's going to get open.
Yeah, it's a whip with a push at the top, at the apex of it too. Like that's the crazy part.
And he still almost closed on it, but it might have been a touchdown if he caught that.
Very minimal easy throws given up to Daniels.
Some nuts, candies, and nuts.
All right, here's.
Why is Mo working front side on?
Yeah, you'd think Mo's got a. What is that?
I think there was a miscommunication here.
Yeah, he thought that was running the other way.
Yeah, are they reading
99?
They wouldn't be reading the nose.
Yeah, they wouldn't leave 2 people unblocked like that.
Yeah,
I think they
miscommunicated this one.
All right, 2nd and 14.
Moving on along.
Holding up mighty fine in pass pro, and then just time to die. Like, what do you
just
do?
Working Wingo.
God, he's good, dude.
Sorry, Rodick. Apologies.
No, good for him. We're still right about Harris. I just want to bask in being right about that.
We were, Brendan. Brendan, we were right.
Yeah.
I would say us 3. We were on top of that one. Yes. Good job, Casey. Good throw. Awesome catch. Attacks the ball.
Is he
silky smooth?
No, he's outside. So this is like a typical cover 4 beater, a Mills concept. You're just trying to get a one-on-one with that corner.
Remember how many times we saw in our beginning days of
NC State
film review, watching teams run that against Florida State for touchdowns?
This team feels like it's never out of it, no matter the down and distance. I expect conversions out of this offense all the time, dude.
I've seen them literally emphasize this in practice. Watch this.
The push.
Just a little one. Just a little one. Just to get off my lawn.
That's the one Brian Kelly was complaining at halftime or going into halftime about it.
Well, they didn't give a shit, so keep
If
complaining,
you
Brian.
That little push well before the ball's thrown, when are they going to call that?
So here's counter to the backside of that unbalanced look. We block back on it this time with.
Yep, Mo gets back on 99.
Yep. Kicker. Yeah. We get a kick wrap.
No. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we had a kick.
Rodick and Bless.
It ends up being a fold and a kick.
Yep. Rodick and Bless did that perfectly. That's picture.
Yeah, Bless has improved as a run blocker too. Like he's become a more well-rounded player.
I can't wait to see Rodney Hellbug game like 5 or 6.
Yeah, me too, man.
I love them all.
He's gonna feast.
Another screen. And
You just got to make that block, man.
Yeah. You got a double team there. Like, come on, dig his butt out.
Yeah, dude. Bury him in the
tight ends on the
sideline.
outside. You should be able to block this up. I don't know.
Oh. Run that back.
Here we go.
So this is a little, almost like buck sweep type of action.
Yeah. And LSU, I mean, they showed blitz, but then they backed out and kind of gave an extra person outside.
Get Bless coming around.
And that's a really good play by their safety.
To be there.
Yeah.
Jaheim's got to do a better job. That's not good enough. We can give him credit about blocking. We can also say that's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not his strength for sure.
I mean, he
can block that kid.
That's 2 plays in a row where Jaheim Bell missed a block on the outside.
He got a little too much depth, it seems. It looks like he's a little deep there, and he's waiting to catch instead of going to that. He's got
4th and 2, tie game. Let's look at this play call.
Catch LSU in a blitz.
It's crazy because they're running mesh and they send the back the opposite way.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like
it's mesh with a leak. Like you don't see. I've not seen a ton of that.
I wonder if that's like a hot release. Like if he sees that end coming, because it looks like slide protection. So maybe if he sees this end coming, he's going to just release under him.
No chance.
You think that's called, Adam?
Absolutely.
And man, God, I love the way Toph just squirts through the line, gets open.
I just say no chance. Have you ever seen? I've never seen anything like that, Kev. Like
no,
he doesn't even check. He doesn't even check that rusher.
No, he runs immediately. Yeah, that seemed like it was designed. Which nice wrinkle.
All I'm saying is like it's either called or it's some sort of hot route between the two of them where they know if they get that outside blitz, they're throwing it.
Now,
just normally with mesh, you see a wheel.
Yeah, that's very weird.
This is stupid. This is
superhuman.
Stupid. This is stupid.
This is why he might be the best player in college football.
This is stupid. Look at how stupid that is, bro. LSU plays that so good, and it doesn't matter. Make you look like a fool. This is my guy. Mike is so not happy because he knows that we should be kicking their ass more. He'll get happier somewhat later.
Never.
I know. Good, happy. Dude. That's how you know he's a good coach. Oh, my God. Take a seat. Tackling the wrong guy, big idiot. What are you doing?
Crack a smile as a coach.
I think they could have. I think they would have run that in, too, even if they hadn't tackled or if that dude hadn't been there.
Let's circle Harold Perkins.
Like they get guys movement here. It's better movement than we've seen in a while. Morlock does a pretty good job here. That's not bad by him.
That's so ridiculous, bro. He's got spidey sense. I love Jordan Travis.
This is the one time they get it past the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely. And it looked funky. Looked janky as all hell.
A 5-man look. Brings pressure.
Look at that. Oh, I like that call, though.
I love it.
I mean, you got a baby sophomore on Malik Neighbors. Holding up pretty well. Cover 4.
Oh, man.
And I can already hear idiots out there on the radio waves saying, "Oh, that pressure's coming from so deep." That's how it's designed. Like it's layered.
It's layered, right?
Right.
And man, with that closing speed, I'm fine with that, dude. You get in his face with a kid that has had trouble processing. Look at him.
Go ahead, Briggsy. There,
one
boy.
hand.
Yeah, let's watch Briggs this time. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
They abuse that. That's what I said. They abuse the right side of that offensive line. Like they ate that thing up.
That extension is nice.
Yeah, and LSU I think has pretty decent tackles.
Yeah, for sure. The left one is very good.
Left one's he's a superstar.
Yeah.
He can trade for Portland, Florida State if he wants.
Yeah, dude, you want to come win? Oh, Bethune, what's up, baby? Yeah.
At this point, I think they smell blood in the water.
Oh,
I think I think they know at this point, like we're getting ready to run these dudes out the building.
It's And maybe this is where the depth kind of shows up a little bit. It's okay. A little jumping a gun. Yeah, they're playing fast, dude. They're really attacking LSU. And that's a good play.
You'd like AZ to be a little bit more aggressive there. He's given a pretty big cushion, but that's a big dude to have.
That's a really, really elite tight end.
Yep. He's very, very talented.
Yeah.
And for the most part, just limited to like 5 and 6 yard out routes.
Okay, I want to talk about
this. Is where he comes back. This is the play I was talking about earlier. I was terrified.
Can I talk about this play?
Yeah,
Kev.
So when a team's in trips and you want to play some kind of match quarters, you want to play some kind of cover 4, think about it like this. Let's have all these guys go deep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have 2 options if you want to play cover 4. You can either cover these guys head up like this and have this backside safety cheat on number 3 over here.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves one-on-one island here. If you don't want to do that, you have to keep an eye over here, which means that essentially this is what Sabanites would call stress coverage. Essentially, that means that when these guys go deep, you only have 2 guys on this side of the field. Fuller likes stress coverage. This was kind of the base coverage when he got here. If these guys go deep, he's going to take the inner one, take away the hardest throw. He's going to kind of cheat between the middle of the 2 routes here and then break on an outside route. You're trying to force him to make that really long pass. I don't think this is a missed assignment. I think this is...
He baited him?
Well, I think this is how the play is designed. I think he's supposed to kind of, cheat between 1 and 2.
He's supposed to be playing both.
And he's going to take that away.
His brother, the NFL defensive back, Wanye Thomas.
Oh, I think
he basically alluded to that, just saying this is
I think that's really good analysis, Kev.
Yeah, this is one of the toughest things for DB to do. And man, it's just a special athlete did it. And this is great.
Yeah, that's the neighbors falling down, but the ball's behind him. It's kind of late.
Had to speed up the processing speed for Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of pressure there?
Yeah,
really. At this point, I think he's feeling it. I think they've been at his feet. And what's really nice, they did it in a way that squeezed him. They really squeezed they constricted the pocket.
Yeah, it was a vice.
There wasn't huge running lane for him to take off in. We've seen it a couple times, obviously tonight. But for the most part, they did a great job of staying in their alleys, keeping leverage, squeezing that thing.
That's a great point. Oh, and that's elusive, Trey.
That's a better run. Yeah, that's a better run. Let's see what we get here. So, still spilling.
So they're going to log this.
They simplified all these blocking rules for these guys.
Well, they don't even have the apex anymore. Jaheim has no one to block anymore. Yep. So it doesn't even really matter.
He should keep climbing. His eye should go inside immediately. He does a good job of getting up in the secondary.
Yeah, they just don't even have an apex in that formation, right?
Good run, Benson.
But you see what the 2-back did. It just cleaned things up for Morlock more than anything.
Yep. And they're still in the 2-back.
They're probably going to run counter again. Here comes the apex. Boom.
Yep,
He's got him there. Morlock doesn't have to look outside. He can keep his eyes inside. He should be up on Spates. Trey does a good job of committing to running this play where it's supposed to be. He keeps his head up in there. He follows his pullers.
And this
I think there's some running backs that are going to bounce that. And they wouldn't have been wrong. He could have bounced that there, and I don't think he would have been wrong, but
they want him to go uphill.
No, I like that. And he did that a lot last year. Sometimes he got himself in trouble running laterally. I'm fine with this. I like this. I like watching him do this.
Well, earlier in the game, we also showed a trap play where he, didn't go uphill. So
right.
Also, this is Bless tries to get up on Harold Perkins here, and this is, he's a good player.
It's bad positioning. He's got to get lower.
I like how quick he got there, though. Most other linebackers would be blocked by that. He was a little high and a little off kilter, but
the Meach is in at left guard now.
All right,
also
so
Apple erotic, or they're just rotating.
just
All right, so
kinda
they're
looks
running split zone again.
yeah.
Oh,
And
and then,
Byers
I
just
think
gets
Byers
beat.
gets smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not smoked. Just
That 35 is a good player. I
Mhm.
didn't recognize it in game, but
is that Jones? Is that Savion?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
that
says on
is.
his jersey.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
really good
good.
player.
I mean, that LSU front's really talented. We know it.
Oh, Jordan, come on.
This was cool
baby.
because Jordan pre-snap was doing all this finger pointing down at
Yeah, he
Johnny,
was.
and it was just telling him to block.
Yeah, he was just trying to.
Johnny's like, yeah, you want me to block this
Yeah.
guy? It's like, I can do that.
But this is almost the exact situation as the
It's just
third down conversion LSU had earlier.
I love Johnny. I love
They're just
watching him
running
get
Q
in
counter
somebody's
here.
face, bro, at the end. Just
He can
it's
block with the
fun.
best of them.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Good call. Good call. Good execution.
Yeah, you get it. It's cool to see all the variety of ways that they can run counter Trey.
There's
Just
just
like,
so
wow,
many
what a cut.
things that this offense throws at you, man. Like even stuff that doesn't break for like 20 or 30 stuff, these things that are breaking for 4 and 5, left, right, all the different formations, the wrinkles off the stuff they did even earlier in the game.
LSU
Yeah.
covers this perfectly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just a
it's just
screen.
an
I mean, it's just a
athlete,
screen
dude.
to him. That's all it is.
They really just wanted to get Keon Coleman the ball.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Oh, so much time.
And
Very
this
nice
is what
throw.
JW brings. He's just such a big body in the middle of the field that he always seems to be open.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's a huge target.
dude, and you hit him and you get smoked, bro.
He's just dragging big target on the backside. Dragging
Oh,
across
how
the
do you
field.
that? He got a concussion from hitting Johnny Wilson's hip bone with a helmet. Yeah, just okay. No thanks, bud. I love Florida State.
Counter Trey.
You see, he could have bounced it, but he was taught to Philly gets the yards.
Trap.
He's solid, man. LT's solid.
You wish Bless would have gotten a seal there on 30.
Yeah, he's still got some room to grow in the counter game.
All right, let's keep going. We got 3 more touchdowns to watch. Yep.
Good pass, bro.
Boop.
Yoink.
Yep.
They make that look so easy.
We eating.
Man, good throw, dude. Good placement. And I'm like still mad. Not enough.
Yeah, I mean, you just got man coverage. Like, what do you?
Oh
like,
my god, what are you gonna do, man?
The LSU DBs are just kind of like, I don't know.
I love the way that he works into the defender's body when he knows where that ball's getting placed. Like he's athletic, but he's smart, man. He plays smart. I like the little games, the little push offs, things like that. He's savvy, man. And this is savvy right here, Gilb.
Are you gonna eat some crow here, AB?
The Gibbler.
I'm the only one that's hyped this dude up. What are you talking about?
No,
I hype up everybody.
No.
I'm a fan.
you were very concerned about Gilbert Edmond and
Get him,
Byron
DJ.
Turner.
No, hold on. First off, I was concerned about DM'd up before they went and got Byron or Gilbert Edmond.
Listen, guys,
I'll eat crow about Josh Farmer.
Guys,
Josh Farmer played
nobody's
heck
gonna
of a
pull
game.
any receipts when we're winning. That's only when we're
receipts
losing.
will be pulled.
Look at that. Get him.
Friggin' Josh Farmer.
DJ
Game of his
Lundy,
life.
dude. Oh,
Yeah, Brendan was telling us DJ Lundy was playing better.
those are homegrown, non-transfer defenders developed.
Daniels
kind of
runs himself into this sack, but
whatever,
mean,
dude. That's because
good
he's
explosive.
But Lundy was coming right at him. What is he
nice
supposed to do?
explosiveness there.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, dude. He's rattled.
Yeah, he is. But again, coverage, like
Mhm.
they're all working together.
Oh, first, dude. Another
We haven't
game
seen that in a while.
This is good. You swarm 3rd and 22.
We chopping, baby.
Yeah, we never stop the chop. All right.
The counter trace.
You back? Yep. Yep. And
He started tracking this thing a little bit better up inside. I mean, this is essentially what he missed earlier, but he's making the cut now.
you gotta love and then man, at the 4th quarter, that is a load to bring down. This is when Florida State really just snatched it from them, dude. They just went into their trap and snatched their chain.
10 yards downfield here.
I love it, dude. We out physicaled this LSU team that has out recruited us for like a decade at this point. Beat them up.
Guys from Lamar and UTEP.
Beat them up, dude. Beat them up. Send him back to the bayou crying. Nice play. Smart.
Yeah, just trying to get rid of the ball.
Oh, man.
This is one they set up.
Yeah, this is the screen game setup.
Yep.
See, they play off it. They play off it nicely.
So he's going to go out and pretend to block. I think he kind of runs a screen and he kind of pretends to stalk block and goes upfield.
Jordan can do anything, man. Just the way that he resets his hips and makes sure that this is an accurate throw and he can have yards after the catch. Like an easy-ish throw, but with the way he's rolling out at him, that looks...
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's talked about that.
Yeah, look at that face. You can stop that face. I want to see that pain.
Oh.
That's 1,000 yards there.
Oh, shit. What have I done? Gotta be mad at your AD for scheduling this series, kid.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's a really good player. I mean, it's been written, talked about, shown on film, yada, yada, yada.
I know, and it's just, dude,
these tackles are so good.
Yeah, it's hard to get around.
So that's like people will be like, oh, the coverage. It's like, I mean, he had 8 seconds in the pocket, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good offense, like we said.
And at this point, you're also okay.
They're catching, you know?
Yeah. Bleed the clock's your friend,
you're
right?
Up 21 now.
Clock's your friend. 2nd and 1. Good coverage there. It didn't matter. Oh.
Good job not doing something stupid. More Graham in there again.
Yeah. It's hard to see the coverage, but I mean, just based off the fact that he's not seeing anybody come open.
To Adam's point.
Ooh, that's a great play. Who's that, Lions? This is what.
Yeah. That's my guy.
Oh, look at that. Like you said, the constriction of that pocket. They really did rush him in a smart way.
Like, I don't think they're.
I mean, he literally just like made a 1-arm stack right there.
I don't think they wanted their ends. Like, I think the game plan made these tackles look better than what they actually were.
I think there's something
like Campbell's
to that.
Stud. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say he's not, but they made a point of emphasis to constrict the pocket.
It was a disciplined performance from the tackles because we've seen Verse play like a wild man, and it was more of a power contained bookended.
Yeah. Yep.
They have not been unleashed yet, in my opinion. Just knowing the way that him and Peyton play, I'm with you on that. I think that was a. And didn't FSU try to do that a little bit? This is a big man tackle right there on 4th down. Didn't FSU try to do that a lot? Like we questioned if they were doing like mush rush stuff and things like that.
Yeah. We wanted them to mush rush, and they did not do it successfully against Louisville.
This wasn't that. It was a disciplined performance from the ends, man. And that was one of our big question marks. Could they set the edge? And yeah, they did easily.
All right, another variation of counter.
Yeah, instead of a lead back, you just had a little flex guy.
Mm-hmm. We've seen that from them in the past. Yeah, Hakeem's in there. Rodney Hill.
Darius Washington does a really good job.
Yep.
Good all around. Good late game execution. Look at that stadium rocking. Every purple nerd out of there went to their cars. See you later, kid. Hit the bricks, pal. There's Brian breathing heavy.
Ooh,
cholesterol just skyrocketing. Blood pressure tense. Not feeling it.
Same old. Morlock does a nice job. You see Roddy's wanting to go.
But he bounces this.
Well, he's following his blocker. He sees a wrap. He's following Morlock's butt.
Just sit down. Everybody sit down.
I mean, just because they don't want it to bounce doesn't mean that it won't bounce.
And look at Hakeem blocking.
That's what I was saying, is that I feel like Trey would try to follow this up and get 5 yards.
I think he would too.
And
I think he would too.
Hill's a different runner.
Hill's your more explosive Trayshawn Ward. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Can we just talk about the violence for a little bit? Let's put the telestration away. Talk about the violence.
He's a bad dude. They've got to find a way to keep getting him involved.
Hakeem, dude, blocking downfield.
Oh, great job. I didn't notice that.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Sorry about your soul.
Not on my watch, kid. Come on. Oh, that's a fun look.
Love it.
That's a fun look.
Little belly sweep action. Mike is in his wing tee bag in this game.
You like it, don't you, big man?
Oh, yeah.
It's just they side to side,
side
to side.
So basically, he's taken all the best from the wing tee and the best from air raid. Seeing he's also a mesh aficionado.
Oh God, he's just a Voltron, dude, of every great offense. It's fantastic. Oh, and then don't get hurt. Okay. Tough yard.
I know. That's what I was thinking at this time.
Dude, I know. Just get out of here healthy. He didn't take many big hits at all, though, this game.
He didn't need to take this one.
He got sacked 0 times.
I agree. But still.
0 sacks is an insane
stat. Jet sweep.
Jeez, this is so sick.
This is the trick play on the goal line. What are we doing running trick plays on the goal line?
Look at the biscuit one. Walling them off, and then just look at the
nobody was calling it a trick play on Sunday night.
Look at the disrespect of a top 5 team, man. Just come on.
Man, Biscuit his snaps got cut dramatically in this game compared to last year, and he's out here blocking in the fourth quarter for his teammates.
Biscuit, brother. That's fresh out the oven biscuit right there. We like that. Okay, I'm done. I think we've seen enough.
They'll find his role.
All right, boys, let's put our talking heads back up. What a performance. In a game, we don't want to talk about old coaching staffs. We used to hear a lot of ones talk about games of inches. And sometimes adjustments can be just as simple as adding another back and simplifying a blocking assignment to the point where your eye discipline and what you're looking at. Take one extra choice away from something and bam, look what happens.
Yep.
It was a wonderful adjustment against a very well-prepared and well-coached LSU team. I come out of watching this just as encouraged as I was on Sunday night, and you guys heard us on the instant. I was pretty darn encouraged. How do you guys feel? Similar?
I feel like Florida State probably played a B game.
I know that's crazy. You're so right, though.
Still blew them out. I think there's a lot. I think there's still another gear to get to for this team.
Kevin?
Yeah, I think if you play like that second half for the rest of the season, you're undefeated. I mean, that's without question. Clemson doesn't look to be the team that we thought they could be. There's a bright future for this team, and to be honest, the schedule is laid out rather favorably moving forward. It's just whether or not they can have that same intensity when they're playing teams who are better than their name suggests. So
good point. This is a different type of test for them.
Yeah.
And this is where all those plethora of offseason articles was written about response, mindset. They said all the right stuff. They really performed when they were when the eyes were on them. Now this is the test. How do you respond this week? Hopefully get out of there injury free, take care of your business early, let the young kids play, and then take care of your business against some of these games where you're going to have a little number next to your name. You might have some 2s, 3s. Who knows what could happen with the way that this season's shaking out. Can you perform? That's the test, because the season's a grind. Your first test, you aced magnificently. And as Adam pointed out, wasn't even their A game. And it was enough to bring Louisiana State to its knees. And it was glorious, and I love the rewatch, guys. We are going to be with you here every second of every game. The film reviews have started, the previews, everything. Go to Noles 24/7. If you are not subscribed yet to Noles247.com, X's and Noles YouTube, and Noles 24/7 YouTube, please subscribe. Put all the notifications on. Every single thing we do is of the highest quality because we love you and we care about you, and we want you to keep chopping on.